You study English every day, but feel stuck. Today, I will explain why learning feels so hard and what really helps. This is honest. This is helpful. You can understand today. By the way, welcome. I'm Alex. Let's begin. Today's episode is special. Today, I want to talk about something very important: why learning a language feels so difficult, and more importantly, what really helps language learners improve. Before we start, I want to say something very clearly. I will speak simple English today. I am doing this on purpose. Purpose means reason or intention. I want you to understand. I want you to feel comfortable. So, let's begin. Why do learners feel stuck? I want to start with a big question. Many learners tell me this. They say, "Alex, I study English, but I feel stuck." They learn words, they watch videos, but they feel they are not moving forward. Why do so many learners feel stuck? Well, this is a very good question, and before I explain more, I want to say something very important to everyone listening. If you feel stuck in English, you're not alone. Feeling stuck is normal. It happens to many people. In fact, almost all learners feel stuck at some point. I have taught English for many years. I have taught students in different countries, and I can tell you this clearly. Strong students feel stuck. Weak students feel stuck. Beginner students feel stuck. Even advanced learners feel stuck. So if you feel this way, it does not mean you are bad at languages. So why do learners feel stuck? One big reason is this: language learning is not a straight line. A straight line means you go up all the time. Every day is better than yesterday. Every week you feel progress. Progress means improvement, but language learning does not work like that. Real learning goes up and down. Some days you feel progress, you understand more, you feel confident. Other days you feel nothing is changing. You listen, but you don't understand. You speak, but the words don't come out. And sometimes you can feel worse than before. You think, why can't I speak today? Why did I forget this word? Why was my English better last week? But this feeling is part of learning. It does not mean you were going backwards. Going backwards means getting worse. It does not mean you were losing English. And very important, it does not mean you are failing. Failing means not succeeding. What is really happening is this: your brain is working quietly. It is organizing the language. It is building connections. Connections means links or relationships. Progress is happening, but you cannot always see it. So when you feel stuck, the best thing you can do is this: stay calm, keep going, keep practicing, and trust the process. Trust the process means believe that learning is happening even when you can't see it, because feeling stuck is often a sign that real learning is happening underneath. Underneath means below the surface or hidden. I really like that idea, not a straight line. Many learners think they should improve every day, but real learning is slower. Another reason learners feel stuck is too much information. Today, there are many apps, many videos, many teachers, many methods. Learners try everything. They jump from one method to another. Jump means move quickly. They start one book, then stop, then start another book. This creates confusion. Confusion means feeling lost or unclear. They feel lost. They don't know what to do next. Many learners tell me, "I don't know what to study." And when you don't know what to study, you lose motivation. Motivation means the reason to keep trying. The problem of fear. Now, I want to talk about something emotional. Not grammar, not vocabulary. I want to talk about fear. Many learners tell me this. They say, "Alex, I understand some English, but I'm afraid to speak."
So why is fear such a big problem for language learners? Fear is one of the biggest problems in language learning, bigger than grammar, bigger than vocabulary. I have seen this problem in many countries, in many contexts. Context means situation, with young and adult learners. Learners often think like this. This is in their head. If I make a mistake, people will laugh. If my English is not good, people will judge me. Judge means decide if something is good or bad. If I speak wrong English, I will look stupid. These thoughts are very strong, and these thoughts create fear. Fear makes the body tense. Tense means tight and stressed. When you are afraid, your brain does not work freely. This fear stops learners from speaking. They know the answer, but they stay silent. And this is very sad, because speaking is very important. I often say this to my students. You cannot learn to speak if you never speak. You can read many books, you can watch many videos, but if you never speak, speaking will always feel difficult. Speaking is a skill, and skills grow with practice. But here is something very important. Mistakes are not a problem. Mistakes are not something bad. Mistakes are not something to be ashamed of. Ashamed means feeling embarrassed or bad about yourself. Mistakes are part of learning. Think about children. When children learn their first language, they make many mistakes. They say wrong words. They say wrong sentences. They mix things up. But nobody laughs at them. Nobody says, "This child is stupid." We understand something important. We understand that mistakes mean learning.
When a child makes a mistake, we usually smile. We think it is cute. Cute means sweet or charming. We think it's normal. But when adults learn a language, something changes. Adults are very hard on themselves. Hard on yourself means you are very strict with yourself. You expect too much from yourself. Adults want to speak perfectly. They want correct grammar. They want the right accent. Accent means the way you pronounce words. They want the right word every time. And when they cannot do this, they feel disappointed. Disappointed means sad because reality is not what you wanted. Adults want to be perfect. They don't want to sound like learners. They don't want to look weak. But perfect English is not the goal. The real goal is communication. The real goal is sharing ideas, sharing thoughts, and sharing feelings. If you say something and the other person understands you, you are successful. Even if your grammar is not perfect, even if your sentence is simple, even if your accent is strong. If people understand you, you are doing well. Understanding is more important than perfection. And I want to say this clearly to everyone listening. Do not wait to be perfect to speak. Do not wait to know everything. Speak now. Make mistakes now. Learn now. Because every mistake you make is a step forward. Fear tells you to stop. Learning tells you to continue. And when you choose learning over fear, your English will grow. The problem with grammar. Now let's talk about grammar. Many learners tell me, I must learn all the grammar before I speak. What do I think about this? Well, this is a very common belief. Belief means something you think is true. Grammar is important, but grammar is not everything. Many learners study grammar rules for years, but they cannot speak naturally. Why? Because grammar knowledge does not automatically become speaking skill. Automatically means by itself, without effort. Knowing is not the same as using. Grammar should be a tool, not a prison. Prison means a place where you cannot move freely. Some learners feel trapped by grammar. Trapped means stuck and unable to escape. They think too much before speaking. They check every sentence in their head. This slows them down. So, what is a better approach? Approach means method or way of doing something. A better approach is this: learn grammar in small pieces. Use it in real sentences. Hear it many times. Over time, grammar becomes natural. You don't think about it anymore. Let me give you an example. When you first learn to drive a car, you think about everything. Where is the brake? Brake means the pedal that stops the car. Where is the gas pedal? Gas pedal means the part you push to go faster. You think about every movement, but after you drive many times, it becomes automatic. You don't think, you just drive. Grammar is the same. At first, you think about it, but with practice, it becomes natural. The problem with vocabulary. Another big problem is vocabulary. Learners say, "I know many words, but I forget them." Why does this happen? This happens because of how words are learned. Many learners learn words alone, just a word and a translation. For example, a word in English in the meaning in their own language. But words do not live alone. Words live in sentences, in situations, in stories. Words need context. Context means the situation where the word is used. If you learn a word in a sentence, your brain remembers it better. Also, learners try to learn too many words. 10 words every day, 20 words every day. This is too much. Slower is better. 5 words used many times is better than 50 words you forget. Let me give you an example. If you learn the word exhausted and you only see it once, you will forget it. But if you hear it in a sentence like, "I was exhausted after work," then you use it yourself, then you hear it again in a conversation, then you see it in a video. After many times, the word stays in your brain. What really helps learners improve? So we talked about problems, now let's talk about solutions. Solutions means answers or ways to fix problems. What really helps language learners improve? First, consistency. Consistency means doing something regularly. It's better to practice 10 minutes every day than 2 hours once a week. Your brain needs regular input. Input means information or practice. Second, focus on input and output. Input means listening and reading. You put English into your brain. Output means speaking and writing. You take English out of your brain. You need both. Many learners only do input. They listen and read, but they never speak or write. This is not enough. You must practice output too. Third, use English in real situations. Don't just study grammar books. Use English to do things. Write a message to a friend in English. Watch a video about something you like. Talk to yourself in English while cooking. The more you use English in real life, the more natural it becomes. Fourth, be patient with yourself. Language learning takes time. You will have good days and bad days. You will feel progress and you will feel stuck. This is normal. Don't give up. Give up means stop trying. Keep going. Trust the process. Fifth, find your why. Why are you learning English? For work? For travel? For fun? When you know your reason, it's easier to stay motivated. Write down your reason. Look at it when you feel tired or stuck. Sixth, enjoy the process. Learning should not feel like punishment. Punishment means something bad you must do. Learning should feel interesting. Watch movies you like. Read stories you enjoy. Listen to music you love. When you enjoy learning, you learn more. My personal advice. Let me share some personal advice. I have taught English for many years. I have seen many students succeed. Succeed means do well or achieve a goal. And I have seen many students quit. Quit means stop trying. The difference is not intelligence. Intelligence means how smart you are. The difference is not talent. Talent means natural ability. The difference is this: students who succeed
keep going, even when it's hard. They make mistakes, but they don't stop. They feel stuck, but they keep practicing. They are not perfect, but they are consistent. So my advice to you is this: be kind to yourself. You are learning. You are growing. You are doing better than you think. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. If you understand one more word today than yesterday, that's progress. If you can say one more sentence today than last week, that's progress. Small progress is still progress, and small progress every day becomes big progress over time. Common mistakes to avoid. Let me tell you some common mistakes that slow down learning. Mistake number 1, trying to be perfect. Perfection is not possible, and trying to be perfect makes you afraid to speak. Instead, try to be understandable. Understandable means people can understand you. Mistake number 2, studying without a plan. Many learners study randomly. Randomly means without order or system. They watch one video today, read one article tomorrow, do one exercise next week. This doesn't work well. Better to have a simple plan. For example, every day I will listen for 10 minutes and speak for 5 minutes. Mistake number 3, learning alone all the time. Learning alone is okay sometimes, but you also need to use English with other people. Talk to a friend, join an online group, find a language partner. Using English with others makes it real. Mistake number 4, forgetting to review. Learning new things is good, but reviewing old things is also important. If you only learn new words and never review, you will forget them. Spend some time every week reviewing what you learned before. Mistake number 5, giving up too soon. Language learning is slow. You will not see big changes in 1 week or 1 month, but if you keep going for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, you will be surprised. You will look back and think, wow, I really improved. Don't give up too soon. Final thoughts. Let me finish with some final thoughts. Learning English is not easy. I know that. You will feel tired sometimes. You will feel stuck sometimes. You will want to give up sometimes. But remember this: every person who speaks English well today was once like you. They made mistakes. They felt scared. They felt stuck. But they kept going. And now they can speak English. You can too. It just takes time and practice. So, my friends, I want to say this to you. You are not stuck. You are learning. You are not failing. You are growing. You are not slow. You are moving at your own pace. Pace means speed. Be patient, be consistent, be kind to yourself. And one day, you will speak English naturally. I believe in you. Closing. Thank you for listening to this episode of English Simple Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share it with your friends who are learning English, and leave a comment. Tell me, what is the hardest part of learning English for you? Is it grammar, vocabulary, speaking, fear? I want to know, and I will try to help in future episodes. Also, if you liked this episode, check out our previous video. We talked about feelings and emotions in English. You learned expressions like exhausted, over the moon, and jumped out of my skin. That video is very useful. You can find the link in the description below. Watch that video after this one to practice more. Remember, slow English is real English. Simple English is powerful English. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Until next time, keep practicing, keep believing, and keep learning. This is Alex from English Simple Podcast. Goodbye for now, and remember, you are doing great.